What is up, comic comrades? It is finally about to happen. MCU's very first animated show. After the end of Phase 3, Marvel announced that What If would be an animated show supervised by the MCU. Does this mean that What If is canon to the main movies? Well, that would be a big no. What If can be understood as a stepping stone for us to comprehend the multiversal scene we are about to witness. In today's video, we're going to lay out our facts on the much-anticipated animated show What If. We'll be talking about what different realities Marvel will be focusing on, including Marvel zombies and new characters like the Watcher. So stay tuned to find out more. The trailer of What If dropped on the 8th of July, and honestly there was a lot of stuff in there that even the geekiest of us would not be able to explain. But before we break down the trailer into parts, let's take a general look at what to expect from this series. No new people are being cast. The animated characters are all going to be the ones that play their respective characters in the MCU movies. This gives us the idea that the deviation from the stories is going to start from a story MCU has already told before, or at least the characters are going to remain the same. From what Marvel has reported until now, the episodes aren't going to be consecutive. This means that episodes are not going to be connected at all. Once Marvel is done telling a storyline, the next episode will be a completely different scenario in a completely different reality. But we took our time to dig up more about the stories that Marvel is about to tell, and we think one storyline may span up to 3 different episodes. The length of a story will depend on how much Marvel wants to emphasize it. There were a ton of different alternate realities being teased, but some of them more than the others. So here are the episodes that have been heavily teased by Marvel. Marvel Zombies. Of course we were going to talk about this one first. It is the most anticipated story after all. The source material for this particular reality is a banger in itself, so there are high expectations from this storyline. Marvel Zombies was a comic book miniseries published during the 2000s, and at the time, it was the darkest reality within the world of Marvel Comics. The writers of the story went all out with as much violence as they wanted. Not even characters like Spider-Man, Captain America or Hulk were spared. Every single one of them was zombified, including Galactus. I mean, how would you stop a celestial zombie? Judging from the trailer and speculations that are being made, the animated Marvel Zombies may deviate from the source comic. Since there are a lot of elements to cover, Marvel seems to be aiming to just take the idea and characters from the comic and then retell the story differently. The fact that Winter Soldier, aka Bucky Barnes, is going to be the protagonist of this series tells you that a different scene is being played. Since Bucky is going to be the human survivor, the zombies are mostly going to be heroes that are at most a city-level threat. This completely rules out the chances of us seeing a zombie Galactus. The focus will shift more on zombie Captain America and the rest of the original Avengers. Captain Carter. Now let's talk about the very first episode of What If. It has been confirmed by Marvel that the pilot of the animated series is going to be a Captain America story, except it's not. Captain America, Steve Rogers, was injected with a super soldier serum that gave him a body that could keep up with his tenacious morality and virtues. But this time, it's going to be a bit different. Instead of giving the serum to Steve, this What If reality is going to be giving the serum to his love interest, Peggy Carter. Despite who gets the serum, the story is still going to be around Captain America, right? Yeah, not quite. From what we have seen from the trailer, Peggy is set to put on a costume representing Britain. Even her shield is set to carry the British flag. Now, Captain Britain is an official character from Marvel Comics, and within the canonical universe he is male. But since the character is yet to make his debut on the big screen in a live-action movie, Marvel made a witty decision to get the audience ready for the character. So, what is your best guess on what roles will Steve Rogers play if Peggy is taking on the mantle of Captain? Can't think of anything? There is no need to be making theories here, since Marvel has confirmed that Steve is fighting alongside Peggy in an Iron Man suit. He will still be as brave as Captain America is supposed to be, but he won't be a specimen to lay your eyes upon since he will remain his skinny self. His Iron Man suit will be nothing like what we saw during the original Iron Man movies. It is going to be an oversized piece of metal that will focus heavily on defense and destruction, rather than technical abilities. Here is something completely new. Unlike most of the stories that are going to be told, this one has no comic source. We all know and love the character of Peter Quill, aka Star-Lord. Maybe not after this, but hey, just like the internet says, without this, we would not have Endgame. However, this What If story is willing to take a huge risk with what they are about to show. Not only is Peter Quill not going to be Star-Lord, but his replacement is also one of the most prominent characters in the entirety of Marvel. T'Challa, aka Black Panther, is set to take upon the mantle of Star-Lord. Now, there are a lot of questions on how this will play out. Is T'Challa still going to keep his throne and rule as King of Wakanda? Is he still going to be Black Panther? We did a little digging on these theories, and we think that T'Challa is set to completely cut his ties from Wakanda. In the trailer, we did see Yondu came to the rescue when T'Challa was cornered, so there is a big possibility that Yondu raised T'Challa in this reality. Since there will be a whole lot of realities and stories being explored, the room for the debut of new characters has never been emptier. Deviating stories means new premises, a new plot, and a lot of new characters. So here is a closer look at every new character we're going to see. Howard the Duck. We know Howard the Duck isn't new. He was there during the final battle of Endgame. Yes, he was. And was that little glimpse enough for you? Certainly wasn't enough for us. Howard the Duck is one of Marvel's oldest and one of the most bizarre characters to ever exist. To keep it simple for you, Howard is anything but an ordinary duck. He can communicate easily with most life forms in the universe and has an intellect exceeding even the smartest people out there. He mostly relies on his ability to modify technology into dangerous weapons of destruction. So what is he doing in a What If episode? Honestly, there are no exact speculations or theories on this character, as the audience is not particularly riled up about his debut. This does not mean that his story is going to be underwhelming. Howard is a very interesting character who has played a crucial role in some major Marvel stories, so you can definitely expect some spice from his appearance in What If. The Watcher. Here is someone to look out for, one of the most important but useless characters in the Marvel Universe. The Watcher has been confirmed for the What If series, and you can use 2 words to describe this guy: wise and neutral. Watu, as he is called within the world of Marvel, is simply an observer. His job is to sit back and watch the universe go on. He does have great psionic abilities, but it is highly unlikely that we will see him use any of this. So don't get your hopes up too high to see this character in action. We think that the Watcher's presence in the What If series is simply to relay information and support the narrative of the episodes via his dialogues. Since he is an observer and also talks to the heroes from time to time, we can expect him to play a key role as a mediator of some sort. There isn't much time left before What If hits the streaming sites, and from what we know so far, this multiversal showcase is going to blow our minds. We will be covering more on What If and other iterations of existing characters in the future, so make sure to hit the subscribe button and stay updated. Till then, peace out!